what would I like to say to the class of 2017? I like to say, first of all, congrats! You made it! Like, you made it, right? And that's the most important thing. When I think of this shirt, Overcome, I think of graduates. Like, we actually made it through high school. Oh my gosh. Those are rough times. Rough times. But as you move forward in life, these are some of the things I would love for you to keep in mind. You have overcome, you have gotten to this point. So the most important thing for me at this age, if I had to go back and do it all over again and be that senior and not know exactly what the right path is, I first of all would want to design my life as if I was already 52 years old. So if you think about today being 18 and all the things that are important to you, your friends, what you wear, what people say, what people think, what school you go to, whether you make this amount of money, whether you do this, whether you do that, I want you to think about the 52-year-old self, the you at 52. What are some of the things that today are important to me, which then were not so important? So I think if we work our lives backwards and say, okay, so there's a great book that I will highly recommend for all of you, which is Designing Your Life by, I believe is Bill Evans, I want to say, or Bill Burnett and Dave Evans, Designing Your Life. Look it up. It's a great book. You look from there to this way. Understand that you're not going to remember a lot of your friends' names. Like, you guys are totally different than us because you have Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and who knows what else is going to come out. So maybe you will have all your friends and never forget that. But the feeling that you felt when you were not accepted, when they looked at you wrong, when they said this, or like, you're not gonna care about those things. Trust me. What I today care about is, what is the value I'm gonna give to others? What are some of the things that have taught me lessons? And some of them have been things that people may consider that were very, very difficult in my life. I thank God for each and every one of those circumstances in my life. So when you think of graduates, when you think of where should I go, what should be my next step, make sure that you are clear on what it is that you want to leave as a mark. That when I look down at your grave, what is those things that you want your friends to say about you, your parents to say about you, those that work with you, what you want them to say about you, what you want your neighbors to say about you, what you want those that you are in the same space. Like, some people, I don't even know them, but they give me a sense of peace and kindness and gratitude to where I just feel much better just because I'm in the same space with them. But then there's some people that come into our space that just give us total anxiety. What is it exactly that you want those that you come in contact with to believe and feel, and at a ground level understand that this is who you are? What is that? I think that's the number one thing. The second thing is, definitely you are an overcomer. If you look at all of the different things that you have done and you look at success in those areas and you focus on that, then it's that much easier to continue. So every time that I come across something that is difficult in my life, I think I am an overcomer. I think of I am more than a conqueror. I think of the wonderful people that sacrificed for me to be here. I think of all the different things that the Lord allowed to come into my life to show me that I am an overcomer. And when I think and I focus on those maybe difficult things then that I have already overcome, then I say, yes, I can do this as well. The third and most important thing, have faith. have faith in yourself and have faith in others. We are all trying. We are all trying to just make it in life. We are all just doing the best that we can. When you come from that intention, like I totally believe the best in people. I believe that their motives are good. I believe that even the things that may seem to other people not so good, I look at them and I find the good in it. For the past 3 years, I have worked in my first time as an adult. Well, no. I started in my field. I started in my field at 22 years old. So maybe not the first time, but in a long time in my adult life, I had not worked for anyone. I worked for someone for a very short time. I worked for a contractor in LA for a few months, just a transition. And then I also worked for a very short time for a public adjusting company. But most of my adult life, I have been self-employed. And I placed myself in a position where I went to go work for someone. And some of the things that I have learned in that company have been priceless. I am not a humble person. I am not very gracious. I need a lot of help with communication. It is so easy when you are the boss and you can just say things the way you want to say them and act in the way that you want to act. But when you have to come under someone's guidance and you have to come under someone's employment, you have to change your ways. And for me, that was a very, very difficult thing to do. But I thank God for them, because I was able to go in this company, and although I was very humble to come in, I learned some of the things about my life that I needed to learn during this time. I was able to stop. I was able to breathe, connect with myself, learn about myself, get into self-development more so like never before. I was able to be present with my family, with my husband, with my children. I had the ability to give back in a different way, not out of balance, because I had no time to be out of balance. Like, I had so much going on. At first I came in, and for the first 3 months I didn't even know if I was gonna get paid. I was a property manager dealing with things that I never had dealt in my life. I was also a listing coordinator. I was also initial occupancy. I was doing all these different jobs that different people were doing and now are doing separate. I was doing them all at once. And because I believe that I was Super and Wonder Woman, I was able to learn. I was able to learn this stuff, and I was able to do good in them, and then I was able to impart that and help and bless other people. But during that time, the things that I learned about my life is that I can go into a